Good morning. I decided this week for the newsletter to do a little discussion on some of the books that I've been reading. Every year I sign up for Goodreads, their book challenge to see, you set a goal for how many books you can read for the course of the year. I usually set it for 100. I think last year, it was 167. I'm currently at 147 for this time. Now, obviously, I don't have time to just sit and read books while I'm sitting. So the vast majority of these books that I have read are actually audiobooks that I've listened to or had Alexa read to me. As an interesting side note, having that feature for Alexa is actually not bad. Alexa doesn't do too bad as far as the voice goes. I will always, almost always, choose a real-life person to narrate a book over artificial intelligence. But Alexa doesn't do a bad job. She is kind of awful. Oh, can I just tell you, she's kind of awful on accents, though. I have been working my way through the Sweater Weather series. It's 7 books that have come out 1 week at a time. I began the first couple of them before the cruise because I didn't have internet. Listening to those, have Alexa read them for me. So I listened to a bunch of audiobooks during the cruise. And then now that we're back, I was able to finish the series. But the next to the last book, it's called, I'm looking at my computer monitor, A Not So Fictional Fall. Well, Pierre is the male main character in this story, and obviously with a name like Pierre, he's French. Oh my goodness. Alexa has the worst French accent ever. So bad. Lay bad. Just kind of makes me laugh. And Amazon, who is the one that does the Echo Dot, and Alexa is the voice for Echo Dot, like Siri is the voice for Apple products. Alexa is, they've tried to make her show more emotion, and the artificial intelligence that is behind it, they use the prompts, I think, based on what the person, the tag or the beat, and they so often get it wrong. She gets it wrong. So sometimes just having a flat voice isn't necessarily a bad thing. But anyway, I wanted to just touch a little bit about it. I'll share a link to my list of books. I don't know if you do something like this. That's mostly what I use Goodreads for, is to just keep track of the books that I've read for the year. This led me to a series by Elizabeth Johns, whom I don't believe I had read before, at least not that I'm aware of. She might have written something that was part of a collection anthology, but she writes historical, and I guess this is the Night series, like Knight. And I saw the first book was discounted, and when you get a book that is on Amazon, so like if you see it's free or 99 cents, you can usually get the audiobook at a discount. So I went ahead and I got the free book, and I went ahead and picked up that one. I noticed that the guy on the second book was bare-chested. That's usually an indication of steamy content, which I'm not particularly interested in. But anyway, I went to check the reviews, and I found out that it's bare-chested because this is a redemption story about a guy who used to be a rake, who turned his life around and isn't a rake anymore. And so I think the open shirt was an indication of some of his poor behavior in the past. So it wasn't a steamy book. It just dealt with some tough subjects. Another series that I had been meaning to read was by Nicole Van. I love Nicole Van. She does some modern books, and I've listened to tons of hers. This particular one is set in Scotland, and it deals with a family that's interesting. The book titles, as I'm looking here, it's like One Kiss Alone. I think that might actually be the third book in this series. Adjacent but Only Just is the second one. And then the first one was Love Practically. Delightful books. Really, really enjoyed them. I also have been listening to some more books by Danielle Garrett. I found her before when I found a box set on audiobook. And hers is a mystery. So it's like a cozy mystery with paranormal elements to it. There was another one here that I noticed. It's by Jennifer Moore, another historical. I seem to be kind of on a historical turn here lately. This one was called Educating Elizabeth. This is a series of women who, as the author describes it at the end of each book, women are so often shown as being petty and catty to each other. That's not the term she uses, but I'm sure you know what I mean. They're competition, they don't get friends, and this is an alliance of women who have gone through some difficult times, and it's called the Blue Orchid Society originally. So it was exciting to see this lady's, because she's really feisty and is always complaining about men, very independent. These take place around the turn of the century, I believe, approaching the 1900s, part of Edwardian England. Another one that I really loved was the Queen and the Knave. This is part of the Dread Penny Society by Sarah M. Eden. This was the final book in that series, and as always, it was a delight. You can always count on some great twists with these books. And as I'm just looking at my, like, the 5, 10, 15, 20, top 20 books that I've most recently been listening to or reading. Another one was Catch Me If I Fall by River Ford. That's part of a series that I've read before, and that was another charming contemporary romance. I also just finished Christmas Forevermore, which is a Christmas anthology, has 4 novellas in it. Was a great way to set the mood. But also on this, I am going to talk a little bit about Dangerous Reflection. I'm sorry, it's the project that I'm working on. And the book has been written for a very long time. I'm going through it now just to kind of tweak it, because it needs to just be looked at. I mean, as authors, we grow and change. When I look back at the things that I wrote 10 years ago, I changed so much. I just changed. And I hope that if I'm still alive and writing in 10 years, that I would look back on what I'm writing now and want to change it and tweak it, because we just want to continue and grow in our craft as we learn things and learn to add more depth, emotion, any of those things. That's something that we definitely want to be able to add and bring into it. Anticipating, cross our fingers, say little prayers, that I will have it ready to begin publication a week from Monday. Now, this is the first time I'm saying this, and let's hope that I don't eat my words. Yeah, but I will add a little teaser at the end of this that shows a little bit, gives you a little more hints about the story and what it's about. And if you're not familiar with Kindle Vella, it is Amazon's like serial thing. First thing, you can read the first 3 episodes for free. It's not until after the first 3, which is a great way to find out if you like an author's writing, is to be able to read those first 3 episodes. In my particular case, that will be the first 3 chapters. After that, you have to purchase tokens, but I don't know, I think I spent like $2.99 for 500 tokens, and an episode might be, I don't know, 10 to 20 tokens. So 500 will go really fast, and I mean, will go a very long way. And I think Amazon may actually give you some tokens to begin with. So if you've never tried Kindle Vella, I hope that you'll give it a try and just See how this story goes up. So falling will be that little teaser, and I hope you have an awesome week. Thank you.